Hey guys, what's up? I'm Luke Williams, and while I believe that training is the #1 absolute can't get around it priority for any gun owner, unfortunately this whole tactical, C-O-O-L, era has made training a little bit different than what I believe it should be. So today we're going to be talking about training with your EDC, training just as if you have your gun on you. My firearm right now is exactly where it is when I go out in public, so much so that my holster has made a little hole down here in my pants. That's how much I carry. That's how much you should carry too. So today we're gonna go over some of the tips and tricks I have that are hopefully gonna push you outside of your comfort zone a little bit when you're training for your EDC. All right, the first thing we're gonna talk about is the cell phone drop. Now, if you're anything like me, and I'm super guilty of this, I'm pretty good at like checking out, especially in public when I'm like somewhere I don't wanna be, you know, like for grocery shopping. Try to be involved and be a good husband. Sometimes I'm not, and I'm sorry, wife, I love you. But nonetheless, I'm guilty of having my phone in my hand, as are probably most of you. And more times than not, I have it in my dominant hand. You need to practice dropping your phone. Again, it sounds easy, but so many people struggle with this every day. So spend some time practicing having something in your dominant hand. I don't care if it's your phone, a Coke bottle, whatever that may be. Drop it and pull your gun and get in stance as quick as you can, or make whatever move you need to make. The second thing is kids. Now, some of you may not have kids and may not want kids. One of the primary reasons that I carry are for my children and for my wife and any of my loved ones that are directly around me. My secondary is the people beyond them. However, there's a lot of times I'm walking through and I got a 1-year-old. She a little chunky, God love her. She got my thighs for sure. And you know, because she's a little heavier baby, I tend to carry her with my dominant hand again. She's usually on my right hip. And so what happens again, if you've got to pull your weapon, are you able to make that transition, get your child to the other side, and safely draw your weapon? Now, please don't try, I can't believe I have to say this, but I feel like I do not try this or practice with your actual child. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, what you can grab is like a 25-pound bag of sugar. You can get that for like 10 or 15 bucks from your grocery store. And then you can practice changing that, you know, bag of sugar, essentially what mine is, I think, my kid. You should see the thighs on this girl, my goodness. Her doctor said she got the back of a lumberjack, y'all. I've never been so proud. But anyways, you wanna practice getting it from one side to the other and then drawing. Now this sounds like a no-brainer, oh, this is super simple, but this could really be anything that you have, swapping it from one hand to the other. But what's really gonna catch you off guard here is being able to get your shirt out of the way to get to your firearm. So this is something you should be practicing, again, on a regular basis. All right, and the third thing we're gonna talk about today is whether or not you're gonna run or attack. Now, there is no shame in running as a civilian in an active shooter situation, okay? Not at all, and there are certain special circumstances where I believe this is almost necessary. For instance, you know, if you do have your kids with you, attacking may not be the best plan for you. For you, the best plan may be to get your kids and get out. And there's nothing wrong with that. Your #1 is to protect yourself and your family around you. We understand that. However, should you decide to attack, now this is a whole different mindset of which will have its own video on down the road at some point for me talking about what that looks like. But if you decide that you are okay with possibly laying your life down in order to save anybody in the public, which I firmly believe most gun owners are, then you need to be practicing that. Either way, you need to practice both because you never know which scenario you're going to be in. So you need to practice running using your firearm as a defensive weapon, meaning only having to fire it should you have to. You don't want to be wildly firing into the crowd of people hoping you hit somebody as you run away, okay? That's not smart. I don't know how to say it, like that's stupid. Don't do that, okay? However, if you're gonna attack, you need to practice that and be able to move and cover and fire and be on point. Because if you're gonna be in public, you don't wanna catch an innocent bystander. So you need to practice that really over and over and over. Now guys, there are a million different techniques and practices and trainings and everything else. More than anything, just go train. And guys, it's my pet peeve and I'm gonna say it over and over, but go train with your EDC. If you're not gonna go in the military, put your tac stuff down, go put on everyday clothes, and that's how you need to be training. If you go to a class, that's how you need to be training. If you're going out to the field to shoot, that's how you need to be training, okay? Practice like that. If you're gonna be responsible enough to carry a firearm on your hip or your appendix or wherever that may be out in public, then you need to be practicing as if you were in public. Guys, I want to know, what other practices or drills do you guys have for EDC specific? Let me know in the comments below. Let's chat about it. And guys, thanks so much for watching. Make sure you head over to all the other social media channels and give me a follow. It's at Outdoors by Luke. You really can't miss it. It's this good looking guy's face on all of it. Guys, until next time, I'm Luke Williams and you're watching Outdoors by Luke.